In part 5, second session, that is about quality metrics. So quality metrics we can consider as a component of an effective quality management plan and considered as the measurements used to ensure customers receivable acceptable products or deliverables. Quality metrics are used to directly translate customer needs into acceptable performance measures in both products and processes. What is quality metrics? It's a verifiable measure stated in either quantitative or qualitative terms. Quantitative means by numbers, qualitative means by properties. In another definition, a metric is a verifiable measure that captures performance in terms of how something is being done relative to standards, allows and encourages comparison. It supports business strategy. So customer quality metrics. There are various reasons. First, happy customers are loyal customers. Customers tend to return when the service or a product they purchased was satisfactory. In fact, when it is unsatisfactory, almost 13% of unhappy clients spread the bad word about the company to over minimum of 20 people. Developing a customer satisfaction process will help you to find those unhappy ones and discover what went wrong in their experiences. Also, it is crucial for any business to interact and communicate with their clients on a regular basis. This way, you can make sure that your clients will get the experience they expect. Moreover, when using customer satisfaction metrics, you have your finger on the pulse. Furthermore, taking care of your customer satisfaction is trending. As an example, in 2021, a study showed that 75% of companies said that their objectives was to improve customer experience, which includes customer satisfaction. So, customer quality or customer measures, features-based measures and performance-based measures. Customers use the true characteristics or true performance characteristics, whereas that of the producers use substitute performance measures. Sometimes the producers educate the customers on their substitute performance measures rather than the true performance measures. There is now a higher than ever level of awareness of customer satisfaction. And people notice that investment in this area is eventually a low-cost opportunity to generate high income. There are some of the quality metrics which we are having is net promoter score. So here it is using to measure your efforts for customer service. So NPS stands for an index that ranges from -100 to +100, reflecting the willingness of clients to recommend a particular service or product further. So to measure the net promoter score, it is essential to ask the customers a simple question about the likelihood of recommending your product and rate it using the 11-point scale, that is 0 to 10. Example of NPS question. On a scale from 0 to 10, how possible it is that you would recommend our service to a friend? By using these kinds of scale, we can classify the customer into 3 categories: Category number 1, that is detractors, those who rated their likelihood of 6 or lower. Passives, those who gave a score of 7 to 8, and they could be willing to recommend your products but also won't hesitate to switch a brand. And third one is the promoters, those who gave a score of 9 to 10 are your brand's evangelists, as they repeat some interaction with your products or service and would happily recommend it further. So the project management performance metrics enables the project managers to assess status of ongoing projects in terms of schedule, cost, profitability, foresee any potential risks, nail down the problems much before they become severe, keep a check on project profitability, assess the productivity of team, assess quality of work products to be delivered. So which I mentioned net profit score or net promoter score. In order to calculate the net promoter score, you have to simply subtract the percentage of distractors from the percentage of promoters. Second measure is customer acquisition cost. So here you should consider, when it comes to measuring your customer service quality and overall customer satisfaction, while it is more used in sales and marketing, it can also be crucial for customer satisfaction. In order to calculate the customer acquisition cost, divide all of the marketing expenses by the number of customers gained in a particular period. Third one is churn. It's definitely one of the metrics every company should measure to predict ups and downs and prevent negative efforts. It can also show you the condition of the company and its ability to handle the difficult situation of customers cancelling their regular subscriptions. Fourth one is customer satisfaction score. It measures whether your products or service meets your client's expectations. It can be measured in a 5-point scale, like very unsatisfied to very satisfied. Then the final one, customer effort score. It's a combination of net promoters score and customer satisfaction score. It is used to measure how much effort customers have to put into a certain interaction with its company. The survey during the customer effort score asks only one question. Did the company make it easy for you to handle your issue, which can be modified according to the company and situation. Then comes the project scheduling tools. Project managers can use a range of tools and techniques to develop, monitor, and control the project schedules. Increasingly, many of these can be applied digitally using programs such as Excel, Microsoft Project, and so on. So bar charts and activity networks are considered as the graphical notation used to illustrate the project schedule. And it shows the projects into tasks. Tasks should not be small, a minimum of a week or two. Activity chart shows the task dependencies and the critical path. So some of the project scheduling tools like Gantt chart, it's a horizontal bar chart plotted over time. Each activity is shown as a bar. Schedule network analysis, it's a graphical display from left to the right across the page of all logical interrelationship between elements of work in chronological order from initial planning through the project closure. As a project progresses, a regular analysis of this network diagram is a check to ensure the project is proceeding on track. So, like T5 can start only after T2 and T4. So, T5 which we mentioned, it can start only after T2 and T4, etc. So from start then to finish. So critical path. The critical path of a project is the sequential string of activities that takes the longest time to complete recognizing any dependency between tasks in this sequence. The critical path method determines by adding the times of all activities on the critical path, the earliest time that the project can be completed. So non-critical activities have an earliest and latest start time and an earliest and latest finish time. So it's a project network analysis used to predict the total project duration. A critical path for a project is a series of activities that determines the earliest time which the project can be completed. And when you are drafting the critical path, which comes the longest path with the least amount of slack, that means zero slack, will be considered as the critical path. So in order to find the critical path, first from the table, suppose if they are giving the table or if they are giving the details, you create the table, divide the task, dependencies, duration, and then from the table or from the data, convert that one into a network diagram, calculate the number of paths from start to finish, calculate duration for each path, which path is having the highest duration, the longest path, that will be considered as a critical path. See here in first example, we have, see here the question, how many paths are there? We have two paths, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6. Second, 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6. Question number 2, how long is each path? First path, that is 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1. That means 7 plus 2, 9 plus 1, 10. And second path, 2 plus 5, 7 plus 7, 14 plus 2, 16. So first path is 10 and second path is 16. That means here they mentioned are in days. That means first path is 10 days and second path is 16 days. So which is the critical path? Already we mentioned that which is the longest path will be considered as a critical path. So critical path is 16 days, that is 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6. And what is the shortest amount of time needed to complete the project is 10 days. Example. So here we are having four paths. Path number 1, A, D, H, J. Second, B, E, H, J. Third path, B, F, J. And the fourth path is C, G, I, J. So consider the length of each path. The first path is 14 days. That is 1 plus 4, 5 plus 6, 11 plus 3, 14. Second path is 16 days. Third path is 9 days. And fourth path is 14 days. So the critical path is the highest path, that is 16 days. That is BEHJ. Two types of network models are available, that is activity on arc and activity on node. Activity on arc is been outdated, so we are using activity on node. Here, let us consider how we can create the critical path. So the critical path, we have the activity name, we have the activity name, activity duration, earliest start, latest start, earliest finish and latest finish. Here in this case, we have first one AIK, AFK, ACGJK, BDHJK and BEJK. So this many paths are there. According to that, let us see first AIK 33, AFK 28 weeks, ACGJK 67 days, 67 weeks, BDHJK 69 weeks, and BEJK, that is 43 weeks. Just see, it is been given in an animated way. So which one is considered as a critical path? 69, because that is the longest path. And consider so the longest path is the critical path, which is B, D, H, J, K. In critical path method, one time estimates for each activity because the activity time is certain, that is decision making under certainty. But when it comes to the PERT, the activity time is uncertain, that means decision making under risk. The PERT is differ from CPM chart in a way times are calculated for activities. They allow better for uncertainty. For each activity, three estimates of time are obtained. So what are they? Optimistic time, the best time if everything goes perfect when doing the activity. A realistic time, most likely time of the activity. And pessimistic time, the worst case situation. And the expected time can be calculated by best time, optimistic time plus 4 times realistic time plus pessimistic time divided by 6. So the same is being calculated in another way. So 0, that is the earliest start time. The activity duration for activity A is 12. So 0 plus 12, that is 12. This will be the earliest start time for the next activity. 12 plus 15, that is 27. So 12 plus 10, which is equal to 22. This 12 plus 10, which is equal to 22. And the earliest start time for the next activity, that is 22. But see here, we got 27, we got 22, and here in this case, we got 59. That means 0 plus 9, 9. 9 plus 24, 33. But so here it is 33, here it is 59, here it is 57. But we used here 59. Why? Because while going to the right side, the highest value will be taken, and when going to the left side, the lowest value will be taken. So here we are having 27, we are having 22, and we are having 63. So what we have taken? We have taken 63 as the highest value. Here we are getting 33, here we are getting 57, but we took the value 59 because 59 is the highest value. Okay. Same way, when we are returning, so this is the earliest finish time. So this is the latest finish time. So 69 minus C. See, while going upward, going forward, we are adding. While going backward, we are subtracting. So 69 minus 6, that is 63. That 63 that is coming in the next. You can see this 63 is been taken over here. This 63 is taken over here. This 63 is taken over here. 63 minus 10, 53. But see here, actually here it should be 53, but we took 14. Why? Because here it is 48, here it is 53, and here it is 14. And while going backward, we should select the least one. So we selected 14. I think it's clear for you. And then just see, we already calculated, that is B. We calculated B, D, H, J, K is a critical paths. So in the critical path, the slack, that means the difference between latest finish and earliest finish, or latest start or earliest start, will be always, the difference will be always 0. See here, 69 minus 63 is 0, 63 minus 63 is 0. So here we have B, that is 0, slack is 0, D, that is slack is 0, H, that is slack is 0, J, the slack is 0, and K, the slack is 0. Okay, thank you.